having you come through is more than enough. But hey, you know what? Talking about survival tips for SMEs, I think that is a thing that they will be willing to have at this point in time, seeing how the economy has been, especially with the protest and all what have you. So, hey, let's actually get into the conversation. And yes, I know that you've assessed the situation right now, especially with the protest and all what have you. What's your summation of it, seeing how living generally across has well, the cost of living has spiked considerably. What's your assessment?
Okay. Yeah. The Obviously the cost of living has gone up. We know
True.
that.
Mm.
Okay. It has really gone up. And the impact the impact can be felt everywhere. I don't know about you. Okay. Even the rich can feel it. Okay, because most of the products they buy are being imported. Okay, and you
Yeah.
can see it on the, by the weight of the forex. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you see how much a dollar is today,
Mm.
and with relation to naira conversion. So the impact is really hard, especially for SMEs. This is the most terrible time, in our SME in Nigeria. But trust me, it's something that I would say we would have seen this thing before this time. Okay. At
Mm.
the beginning of the year, there were a lot of speculations with respect to how the economy is going to turn out. We have an idea of the kind of person, we're going to have as president, and what the likely policies that are going to come. By January, there were a lot of, analysis of
Yeah.
how the trend is going to go. So, yeah, it might come as a shock or a surprise to a lot of people, but trust me, a large number of people actually know, what is going to come on board. So yeah, I think that would be my contribution to that point. Okay.
Okay. Well, seeing how it is, we're always looking for how we can get positivity out of every situation. And talking about positivity, right? Let's even talk about businesses and how they want to start up. I want to ask this question because when it comes to, I know I heard this earlier today. So someone was talking about starting off his business, and they just asked randomly, how much do you think will be enough? And when he was counting the things he would need, he also put into perspective that he needs to get a store or he needs to get a shop. Is it important to have a physical office or a physical presence for any business?
Well, to my honest opinion, I would say it's actually both ways. Okay,
Okay.
depending on what the budget you have on ground. Okay, but we are even startup. We are even starting new businesses. Okay, but the point it's not necessarily. It's not in quotes. It will
Mm-hmm.
come. It's just like when you see some young people that say they want to start business, and they spend almost a whole year trying to register the business. I don't know if you witness that. Registration
Yes.
alone,
It's
they're not doing
uh,
anything. I told them,
mm,
okay, it's not necessary. What you should do, right, is
okay.
let the business will pay for itself. You understand? Why not
Okay.
start this thing? Why not go out there, launch out, start making money. As the money is coming, trust
Mm-hmm.
me, it will begin to sort out a lot of things, registration, physical location, and all of that, because internet has made it possible for us to be able to do a whole lot. You don't
Mm.
need to wait. You don't need to
So
wait. You don't need to, begin to count, because I mean, before you know it, 1 year is gone, and you're looking like, wow, how am
I
I going
know,
to reduce
right?
this rent? Do you understand? Why not
Mm.
maximize the opportunity you already have? First of all, then the business will fund itself. Forget it's a living thing. It's an organism. That's why it's called an organization. It will fund itself.
But so
That's
some people are of the opinion that if you don't have a physical store, you won't have enough patronage. It depend, and I like what you said initially, right? It depends on what your goods and services are. So for someone who is into consumer goods, they're looking at, okay, I have to have a physical store because the more people see me, the more they'll be able to get those items off of the shelf. But for someone who is into, you know, say clothing, they wouldn't mind not necessarily having an online or having a physical store. They may choose to, you know, put out their clothes or their clothing items online. So, but at the end of the day, trying to get money or trying to get something out of it is usually the way they're looking at it. So, what would you say in that regard?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for that question. Yeah, okay, now I agree. Okay, it's not applicable to every business, to completely run online. But looking at the situation within the country right now, there are possibilities for collaboration. I tell people that, you understand,
Okay.
if you are into fashion, you can collaborate with a beauty shop. Okay, so
Yeah.
looking at depending on the kind of business, you will always find someone to collaborate. And there was a lady. I mean, the lady was staying in Alagbado part of Lagos. You can imagine,
Okay.
very far away.
That's
She's
a
good.
far
Her
distance. Yeah.
finishing was awesome. She has awesome products to
Mm.
deliver. Now, I told her, you know what? Very easy. Okay,
Okay.
let's get some beauty shops in Lekki Axis. Okay, so that we can collaborate with them. What do you need to do? Just to the money you will use to rent shops, use it to buy mannequin,
Okay.
expensive mannequin.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then if you can we're able to get about two beauty shops, good
Okay.
ones, and place those mannequins there. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and wear those mannequins, all her design. She has lovely ideas, lovely, concept and all of that. And you ladies cannot resist a good clothes. True of us. Why you're waiting for
Everyone
your
wants to
nails,
look good.
while they are making the nails, you're checking out this and like, wow, you're checking out the
This will go with that
finishing.
one. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Especially
and
with good finishing,
and that's
though.
it. And that's it for the fashion. Okay. Now, I mean, this can be applicable to any other business. Find a complementor, not a competitor. As a matter of fact, where you can be able to
Okay.
take advantage of a physical location. But trust me, you need to build a lot of energy on your online platform, which is very, very key. Build energy, build very powerful energy on your online store. Very important. Yeah.
Hmm. I like that. So once you're able to, well, get the customers that you desire online, it translates to having more funds in your pocket. And then even if you decide to now have a physical presence, they already know that, okay, it's a brand that they can trust and can
That's right.
always go back to. But regarding the businesses that are, uh, into consumer goods, how does that also pan out? I know for you've explained regarding the store, the clothing store. How does the one for consumer goods also translate?
Okay, yeah, looking at consumer goods, the same principle applies, okay? Or you could start little, okay? Because there was someone that we were trying to help to, strategically trying to help to position in certain locations, especially locations outside of the country, okay?
Okay.
So two things, for consumer goods, you could use, yeah, it's still the same collaboration and the same online presence. Okay, we're
Okay.
able to set up shops, okay, e-commerce shops for the
All
person
right.
on Amazon. Okay, we're
Okay.
also able to, find, major distributors, okay, of
Mm.
these consumer goods that are interested. I mean, she already has buyers, people that like the products in certain location. So
Okay.
there's what they call the look-alike. Okay, this kind of person has other people that sell this thing. So once you are able to locate these people in locations outside of where you stay, or understand, so
Mm-hmm.
you can, I mean, for an SME, you can distribute to those people, run an advert so that they
Okay.
can, if you're in those locations, you can go to those shops. Okay, an advert that has a conversion of, walk into the shops where they can get this product, because the idea is where can I get this product if I'm in Accra, where can I get this product if I'm in Kaduna, where can I get this product if I'm in Calabar. So you can be able to take advantage of these locations and ship those products to those people and take advantage of their patronage to expand business. You know, I mean, consumer goods, whatever kind of goods, you know, this model is a very good model that can work for, you know, any one of them. That's
Well,
what I think.
I like that. I like the fact that you say, you know what, whatever business you're into, as long as you have a target audience, you will definitely find your customers. All you have to do is be dedicated, find the people in your circle and collaborate. Collaboration is key. It is actually what helps some small businesses to grow. And like you said, hey, get the right quality, not quantity. In the case of the lady who had to get the mannequins, if she got well you know, substandard mannequins, putting the clothes on them, it will definitely rip the clothes off, and then she
That's
wouldn't
right.
be able to get
That's
the clients, that clientele that she's looking out for. But you know what, we'll definitely have so much more to, you know, see teeth into, because aside, you know, having a physical store, there are other things that usually come up, which we will definitely talk about. And what am I talking about? Talking about electricity tariffs for those who actually have a physical store. What is it that they can do to manage their funds and still be able to give their customers quality service? We'll definitely take that and so much more, as well as your contributions, your questions as well. So come through on WhatsApp on 009 4440 981. Hey, very quick breather, and then we'll be back.
Truly cares about your financial progress. If you desire ethical prosperity, our project finance, small business facilities, individual savings products, and electronic banking solutions are carefully tailored to provide you with superior banking experience delivered in the most ethical and responsible manner. As Lotus Bank, it is partnership for progress. We share your risks and profit, making it a must-win for all. Open a Lotus Bank account today or use any cashless platform, ATMs, mobile banking, or internet banking to enjoy seamless transactions. Contact our 24/7 call center. Dial 07000 Lotus Bank, which is 07000 56887 or visit www.lotusbank.com. Lotus Bank. Partner. Progress. Prosper.
The smooth drive home, right here on your dial, every day. In a buffer beat. It just feels good.
Right, going back up.
Okay.
Well, it is 33 minutes gone past 5, and you tuned into Smooth 98.1 and on the Business Hub this evening with me having a beautiful conversation regarding how you know, SMEs can survive. And giving tips and tricks is none other than Ruben Kalu. He is the lead consultant at STRUMDIGI, and he's been giving insights, you know, how people can also take you know, better, you know, take better what's the word I'm looking for now, opportunities out of the situations they find themselves in, especially when it comes to collaborations. You want to make sure that you're making the right collaborations and looking out for the same people who are within your market, and selling the kind of right kind of things that you're selling, but making sure that you're also delivering quality on that as well. And you can be a part of Business Hub this evening. Share your questions you might have. If you're an SME, you're looking at, oh, okay, so what other tips and tricks can I also get as well to make my business thrive in this economy? All right, getting back into the conversation. I know that you said, hey, you know, having a physical structure isn't always necessary, but for those who have physical structures, they're usually worried about the expenses that they have to incur. And these one of them is having to spend a lot on electricity cost. That can actually be a problem. So how can SMEs save money in Nigeria without having to break bank? And is solar power the alternative to start looking into for them if they're trying to build their businesses, bearing in mind that solar power at the moment isn't cheap. So let me hear your thoughts on this one because it isn't cheap.
Okay, yes, I agree with you. It's not easy, it's not cheap. But I remember there's a company, I don't want to mention their name, so that it will look like an advert. So
thank you very much for that.
Because we work a lot among the community of SMEs. SMEs have to think of the best way possible to survive in an economy, especially like ours. Okay, so this company was saying this box, even MTN had that box.
Okay.
The box was quite cheap. I think I even started with that at a point. Okay.
Okay.
Where it was how much then? It was less than 100K. Okay,
Okay.
it can be able to carry, it carries then I used to have about two extra staff that were in the office. So 3 laptops to be able to carry. There was lights, there was a fan, and you can actually we were able to get about 2 fan. And that was good because then the light situation was terrible. Terrible, T, capital T. Terrible. So trust me, the song was, once we have this song, we're able to deliver on all our KPIs. You understand?
Okay.
Across board. I mean, that was the cheapest I can think of. I'm not even trying to, over time we're able to, acquire, bigger ones.
The solar panels and
I mean,
add
yes,
some.
let them. Even this one has a panel, okay? Just one panel that you can install on your roof, and it was able to serve us, and a lot of people that were using it was able to serve them, because you can't do, why I'm trying to play on the on-site or the brick and mortar. You really have to
invest
your
into them.
online presence. And if you have to do that, obviously there will be a cost, trust me. Okay. But we're trying to see how best can you be able to manage this? Which one is affordable? Because I remember till then I was doing there was an opportunity for you to do instrumental payments. So monthly we're paying over time, and the team was able to sustain. It was sustainable. I won't lie to you, and it was very, very good. I will encourage SMEs to use this method. It will help them, especially if you are in an area where the power is quite bad. You can use solar inverter, as the case may be, to make sure you are in business. Very, very much important. Yeah,
I like that. But however, the caveat there is, if there's companies have a way to minimize cost or payments, because if you have to remove a chunk of what you're trying to manage with for installation, that could actually be a deterrent for businesses who are trying to just start off, because hey, it's an SME. They don't have so much money. They're not like the big companies out there that can fund everything, but this ones are just starting out. So if companies are out there, they can look out for them and then get access to that as well. Okay, so you talked about having the funds to start off the business. Everyone is looking for it. Naturally, as an SME, you're looking at, okay, so this is my business plan, because you actually have to start somewhere, right? I have my business plan. This is what I have, but I don't have the funds to carry out. So is it important, or is it something that they should be looking into, getting loans to start off their businesses? And while they're actually looking for loans, because hey, you will get the loans, right? How do they start to pay off when the interest rates can be above and beyond? So let me know what you have to say regarding this, because I'm sure the SMEs are listening and they're looking at, okay, so let him tell me, what do I need to do? I want to start my business. I want to either start, a couple, making shoes. I want to start making clothing, but I don't have the capital. What do I do? How do I go about it?
Thank you very much. I mean, it's also, because all these things is all about, perspective,
Okay.
perception, why people are looking at thinking that bank is only institution that can be able to help you to access funding.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. There are,
Mm,
we understand that there are a lot of grant opportunities. As I speak now, there are
okay.
many grant opportunities. As a matter
Mm,
of fact, I just finished from a school, also a school of grants, right? Okay, because every big organization, established organization, they give out I think 1% of their revenue into their foundation.
okay.
And this money is being made available to, SMEs who can qualify. Okay, but I mean, there are a lot of pre-qualification. It's just to be able to, and I think the only problem is that knowledge gap. People really need to learn how to, win this grant. And this grant, they are not just about
Mm,
locational base. It's a global
okay.
thing. Okay. Okay. A MasterCard is doing, Visa card, even
Okay,
Bet Nigeria is
organizations.
doing, Bet
So
Nigeria is
you
doing
have different organizations that are
different
actually
different
offering these
organizations.
plans.
You
Okay.
understand? Globally, I mean, there's one in New York, in the US, Europe, so many places, just that some of them might be sector specific. Some
Okay.
might be addressing agro, some might be addressing, tech and
Mhm.
all of that. Obviously, your business should be able to fit into any one of them. Okay. If it is food that you're doing, you just find a way to bring innovation via tech. Okay, so it will qualify you in that sense. Okay, so I mean, businesses have a lot of opportunities. However hard it is,
Mm,
there are ways you can target to just get up to, even in a year, even if you plan to get up to even two or three,
okay.
win 2 or 3 grants. Some of them can be, $7,000, $30,000. Some can be 20,000. So a friend just won $700,000. And it's something. It can go a long way in helping you instead of going for low. I will not,
Mm,
I won't subscribe to that. Okay.
okay.
I won't
Mm.
subscribe to that. Instead of
So
the trouble of,
having to pay back those
yes,
interest loans
why
on
not cover
interest on
that
the loans
trouble
rather.
into the
Mm,
pressure of learning how to write for grant and get grant and do your business, which is better.
mm. Well, I'm guessing the SME will figure out which works best for him, seeing that you're advocating for learning, because that's another thing. Knowledge is power. So if they have the knowledge on how to get access to where they can get these grants from and how they can go about it, I'm sure once they learn the rudiments on how to write and assess those grants, it will
Mm.
be helpful for them in the long run. But that's actually something to note. So I know that we're having this back and forth when it came to the minimum wage, right? But now we have it at 70,000 naira. As an SME, how do you think that they'll be able to handle this? Because 30,000 still felt like, okay, it was a struggle. Now 70,000, that it's a lot. So let me know what your thoughts are.
Wow, it's a very terrible one. Seriously,
Terrible.
it's
Wow, I
terrible.
wouldn't have expected that.
I mean, SMEs have to be very innovative. It's not
Mm-hmm.
every skill set that you're going to domicile, within,
Okay.
except those key ones. Okay, but it's almost everything an SME can do, the key resources can be outsourced. I
Okay.
think which will be better, meaning that everything you do is project based. So you become the chief marketer, go get the projects.
Yeah.
Once you bring the projects, say
You
everybody,
have to
oh,
execute it.
it must come, I can't pay salary. Just as you do this, everybody gets, we pay you X, Y, Z. I mean, that's the most flexible way for an SME to function. Trust me. You understand? You just keep the ones you can keep. The rest you can be able to, you can be able to,
outsource from time to time.
get those young people. The project is on ground. The person that can do your graphics, the person depending on all your key resources that you need to be able to deliver on those projects. So, and you just get them, agree with them. It becomes a contract. So once the game is over, you guys will wait till another one, and like that, you keep moving and keep making progress. And so that's my submission for this.
All right. So a quick one, because we're almost running out of time, because when you have a great conversation, time just runs away. I want to know what your thoughts are. What exactly SMEs looking out for, especially when they reach out to the government? What are they hoping to get from it in, say, a minute or less? Let me hear
Okay,
have your thoughts.
From the government, right?
Yes. What are they looking out to get from them?
If we can be able to stabilize our power, okay.
Okay.
Be able to already the telcos are trying their best. The infrastructure, the internet penetration is gaining deeper and deeper. Okay. I mean, you can imagine we are conversing via the internet.
Right.
A few years down the line, this is not gonna be possible. You understand? Okay, once we have our internet, I recall one of those days when I got some remote job.
Okay.
You know the reason why I lost the job?
Because you didn't have
one day I was in a
access.
meeting with my colleagues in Europe, and my internet was buffering. What is up? I said, I'm fine, I'm here. So we cannot hear you. So they asked me to send to test the strength of my internet. I tested it, and the thing was about it was 15 megabyte per second. They were like, this is very low. Okay, it was even 13. They said, please, can I make it to be up to 50? I said, as if I'm the one causing the internet to. I said, I'm trying. I was changing from one network to another.
Oh my
I
days.
moved from one network. The other network was even worse. And at the end, they said they are really sorry. They can't. That if
have
you
the
can
conversation.
Just 15. And so you can imagine internet. I just lost. They were paying me $2,000. I mean, among other ones too who were doing it. So they can imagine. I just
lost something, a substantial sum. Yeah,
that's a whole lot. Internet power. You understand? If they can be able to make the power to be more sustainable, give us internet, and if they can also help to empower SMEs by funding. You understand?
Right.
This funding is very, very key. Make it in a way that we can, reduce the or have, a buffer, something that can be able to help SMEs to be able to do business, because a lot of people have business ideas. The ability to execute is a problem. As we speak right now, we have a lot of projects from Europe, okay, and they are willing to commit just some of them say they can give 10%. 10% cannot do the projects. It cannot.
All
it's
right.
in dollars. By the time you use your naira to convert it to be able to do the thing, you just find out that it cannot. SMEs need a lot of buffer. They need a lot of assistance in terms of finance. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for all the insights, and I'm hoping that eventually the clamor for help will be heard and SMEs will get the buffer that they need. So how can people reach out to you if they have further questions and want to help, especially for the SMEs, your social media handles that they can reach out to you on?
Thank you.
Well, okay. Your social media handles? Anyone?
Oh, okay. Kalu.Ruben. That's my Instagram.
All right.
Ruben.
Okay. Thank you so much for all that insight. And I'm hoping that, hey, all the tips and tricks you shared will be adhered to and taken advantage of, especially when it comes to writing for grants and seeing how they don't have to always depend solely on loans from banks and the likes. But it's been an interesting conversation this evening. I trust you will have yourself a pleasant evening as well.
All right. Same here.
All right, Lagos, thank you as well for being a part of Business Hub, and it comes your way every Tuesday from 5:15. But got so much more lined up for your listening pleasure on Smooth 98.1. Don't go nowhere.
In association with Lotus Bank. Lotus Bank, partner, progress.
That was actually insightful, and hoping that yeah, people will reach out to you for further